Satnam, Satnam everybody. Happy Tuesday and welcome to your Tuesday tune-up with me, Mahan Rajkar. What do you think of my citrine crown? I'm feeling very Venus, very in love with Venus. So I want to talk about this incoming energy and what you can do with it. And it's going to give you a lot of hope. It's going to give you a lot of, hey everybody, context about why you have gone through what you've gone through, and that yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so we got a few things going on there. Thank you for the hearts. I love you. So we have two big things coming on this weekend, and that is on Saturday, we are going to be in the Venus star point, and I'm going to explain what that is. And then on Tuesday next week, we're going to have the new moon in Scorpio. So the new moon conjuncts the sun and it's a solar eclipse. So we're dealing with the nodes, and our nodes are in Scorpio and Taurus. Venus star point. What is it? And how does it affect us? Is it that big a deal? What's the deal? So a Venus star takes 8 years to make. Venus's orbit is about 526 days to go all the way around the sun. And in that time, she does 4 kisses to the sun. So she does, when she comes conjunct with the sun, which is how she makes a star point, that is when she is becoming either a morning star or an evening star. When she conjuncts the sun, she stays there for a little while. She merges with the sun for about 80 days, and then she comes out on the other side. There's a part of Venus that's very much like the moon, in that the full moon is the day Venus, and then the night moon is like the new moon, the darker moon, Venus. When in the olden times, we actually tracked this star point. We didn't necessarily get into cosmology that we are now, but it helped us know when to plant. It helped us know when to go out to sea. It helped us understand our environments. This is why there are so many, even our Native Americans here in America built structures and temples that hone the energy of Venus. So Venus has been in Scorpio since November, I'm sorry, is that correct? November 1926, and it's going to be finishing up in 2027. Okay, but this arm is going into Libra, so it's only going to touch on Scorpio a few times. It's been in Scorpio, right, since 1926, and so it's like just over a decade that this influence. So the Venus star point is like a pentagon, the witch star. And so it has 5 points. So here's the relief. Here's the promise. Thank you, God. It's been in Scorpio. It's been dealing with our darkness, our fear of merging, our competition, our jealousy, the way, and then that's been going on 100 years, but also, and right now it's big because we have the nodes. Hey there, love you. The nodes also bringing up this big Scorpio energy, as if, whoo, like a celebration of Scorpio, mwah, give her a kiss and send her on her way kind of thing. So we are dealing with how we merge sometimes with others in not such a beneficial way, in that, like, you know how, so like sometimes we have habits that are triggered by each other, right? So like I will do a thing, and then, Tony will eat sugar and I will buy it because I want to tweak on Gaia in the bedroom. So we have these addictions that we play into each other. He doesn't want to do his, I don't want to do mine, but somehow our addictions play into each other, and then we blame each other. You ever do that? Such a Scorpion thing. So if it's not like food or too much technology, it's also our addiction to each other's personalities, especially when we live with each other, or we work with each other, or they're our family. We become encycled in these patterns, and then we blame them, like, well, if you weren't so negative, I wouldn't be so depressed. And it's how we have merged our dysfunction as an excuse, as an amplification of staying stuck. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I love you, Tejpreet. So we've been in this a long time. Like we were born into it, a lot of us. Just kind of depressed around the darker part of our humanity, our inability to trust. There's good sides of the Scorpio, so we'll get to that. It also helped us seek a spiritual path. It helped us become more intuitive. That's the good part, but it also brought, Scorpio rules the 8th house. And there's a lot of delusion and drugs and escapism in the 8th house. So we have been, here's been the road. We have been on this road to heal and become powerful, loving, clear human beings that can take responsibility, each individual, for their energetic makeup and signature and stop blaming on the other. Scorpio loves to blame. Now, there's good sides, like I said, but this has been, can you see the blame? It's your fault for COVID. It's your fault for, Russia war. It's your fault because these lives don't matter. It's everyone's fault. Where's this? Right? Scorpio has a real hard time with I might have a part in that. So we've had a lot of denial. We've had a lot of pain, and it's been, it is brought on the dark night of the soul for so many. And of course, you're supposed to have a dark night, but you're not supposed to have 8 of them. And I think a lot of us have. But it all works together because this energy has also, since 2012, been amping us up and creating new versions of you. Tony and I were just tripping on that. We were thinking about, we used to hang out with this couple. They were so much fun, the Moseses. We love them so much. They live in Tahoe now. But we were thinking about them and us and oh my God, who were those young couples that played together? We are so different, right? I'm doing this inner child work, so I have all these pictures. We're moving into Libra energy. We are leaving the dark night of the soul. We are leaving the fear of merging. We are leaving all the addiction. We are leaving all of the grinding of our secrets and the things we've tried to keep hidden. We hide them, and this energy is it's generational and personal. It's both. It's very important for you to know what your Venus star point is. And I can help you with that in a reading. But, so we are moving into Libra. So this little arm right here, of the star, so it's bing, 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 and then 2 down here, the legs. We're going into Libra, 29 degrees. So we are going to start working together. This is the beginning of harmony rising on the planet. 29 degrees and 0 are always the most potent degrees. So 29 is very active and powerful about who are you becoming in relationship to humanity. What is your relationship to you? What is your relationship to the other? Your relationships are going to be key right now. There's going to be a lot of these friends don't work. I'm more over here. Breakups in marriages and long-term relationships. We are moving into energy that supports us to be in our strength and our power. We want to have relationships and environments around us that help us create a harmonious world, not just for ourselves. Not just for the world, but ourselves. So this is a big, big energetic. And so we will be in Libra from this point on Saturday, 22, all the way to 2131. So another over 100 years. We'll be working with this Libra energy. But right now we're stepping out of that Scorpio. We're teetering now from the Libra Scorpio. And when we go into the new moon, right, we are teetering out of Libra season into Scorpio. Now we're coming into the dark time of the year. We're making our way towards Samhain. Samhain is also called Halloween, the Day of the Dead. This is when the veil is super thin. You are incredibly psychic. So one of the things I want you to just keep in the front lobe of your mind is the things that are going on in your life, the problems that are having, the things you need healed. Ask the other side for help. If you have a nana over there you love, or you have a grandma or a mom or a brother or a sister, they are closer than and they want to help you, especially those relatives that we lived with and now are on the other side. We relate to them so much because it was not too long ago they were human and they were with you. They totally get the dilemma, right? They get it. And they will be able to help you let go of some of the things that are keeping you stuck. They know how to talk to you. They know how to reason with you. And they have great wisdom. Beyond our familia, there's everybody that has passed on that are closer than the close. So there's Mary Magdalene, Yeshua ben Joseph, Jesus the Christ, Mother Mary, Einstein, Elvis, Mother Teresa, all kinds, Plato. So I bring that up because this is an interesting thing to play with, and we'll do this in our goddess circle. We are going to have a goddess circle on the 28th, so not this Friday, but the next, celebrating Samhain, the goddess new year. And the power in that, we're going to be, calling in the directions and really going deep into our souls with a guided meditation and sound healing. We're going to do a Kriya that is for healing ancestral karma. It is so, so powerful. But we're also, we're going to be tapping into Mary Magdalene because she's right there during ceremony. And she is going to be working with us. So she had the 7 demons, the seven gates of darkness that she had to descend into herself. That's a big thing with the goddess. Ayana goes down, Diana goes down, Mary Magdalene goes down into the depths of the pain so that we heal, we understand, and then we rise. And I sure went to the depths at the beginning of this year. And I'm so glad I did. And I had so much judgment oh yeah, Kundalini is really working. Look at me fall apart. But it was holding me together and keeping me stay the course. And the love and understanding it's so worth it, those dark nights of the soul. So we want to stay the course. We want to do this work. I totally lost track of what I was talking about. Okay, so we are coming up to, though, we know that we're coming up to the eclipse. So the eclipse is playing into this this Scorpio, leaving the Scorpio energy of the 5-pointed star. The Scorpion energy and Taurus energy is what the nodes are doing. So this is about being responsible for your actions, being true to your heart, realizing that you're not the same person I know. We have literally reincarnated like 5 times since 2012. Do you really, can you see it? It's like you can see pictures of yourself and you're like, God, it's so different now. This is the good news. This is what all of this suffering and kind of going crazy has been about, to get to the bottom of it, to get to the truth. And it's not so much the core or the truth, it's what it opens up for you after. These things are very scorpionic, and you have protected yourself from your own truth. And these truths that have kept you limited, insecure, doubtful, you carried in from lifetimes before. This is the work of humanity, to get rid of fear. We are so afraid. We're afraid of what we say to each other. We're afraid what's going to happen to us. We're afraid of our taxes. We're afraid of falling in love. We're afraid of not falling in love, right? We're afraid of everything. That's not normal, y'all. That is not normal. And even, like what I know is like I do this practice and I'm okay. But I'm still present to this soup of darkness that's stirring in me. But doing Kundalini and staying the course and having the time to completely fall apart has given me the opportunity to use my practice to put myself back together and to know who I am. That is your gift, to know and love you. I know it sounds overly simple, but it's what's on task. And we always I love Gaia, I love to study. I read all these books on Mary Magdalene and astrology, but I'm very present to the balance of knowledge has to be silence. The balance of study has to be practical application. The balance of knowing has to be experiencing the lesson, right? It's not enough. Like this, two big, huge things came up for me in April and May that like, oh my God, they were like total truth vortexes that I had kind of hypnotized myself. And now they're revealed and I'm moving away from it. However, the thing, it's like, okay, there's the truth. You sense it all along. It just gives, what happens as we do this work in Kundalini and we use these stars to help us generate the energy to feel, to know ourselves. That is, astrology is for one thing, self-help. Astrology is for healing. We use it to understand ourselves better, and we use it to tap the energy to heal ourselves quicker and better and faster. That's what it's for. So we are in a very magical time where we are opening up, we're walking away from the doubt, we are embodying self-love, we are embodying receiving more love without like, why'd you say that? What do you want? Right? We are opening up now to a season, 100 years of receiving more love. We are opening up to being able to give more love. We are opening up to be able to understand and have more compassion for each other. We are understanding how we all feel like frauds, how we all feel like we don't necessarily belong here. This is why we have such wounded leaders. They don't feel they deserve to be that leader. And whether you think, oh, well, they're right, it doesn't matter. We have a bunch of people in places of power who don't think they should be there. And if you're honest with yourself, you've done that too. Oh, I don't think I should be a teacher, or I don't think I should lead the circle, or I don't think that man's going to love me for my lifetime. Scorpio's going to help us stop blaming our mates for our dysfunction. Scorpio's been really, if you weren't such a control freak, I think I'd be a nicer, a lot of finger pointing has gone on. I talked about that earlier, right? So we're walking away from it. So on Saturday, actually tomorrow, I'm going to prepare us for the Venus Point activation. We're going to do it with Mary Magdalene in the Tower of Light. So tomorrow you can come online or you can come in person. The Tower of Light and the Venus Star Point moving into the Venusian. And she's happy in Libra too, because Libra is ruled by Venus. So it's just yum. It's like a yum, right? We're going to do that. And that's going to prepare you to be with Ari, called Jeet, on Saturday. She's going to do this amazing Kundalini Kriya and activation when you're in the energy. I am going to be out of town, so I will not be there. But you're in good hands. And then on Tuesday, we get the blessing of a new moon. The new moon is going to be at 2 degrees. So it's going to be all about how do you feel about your relationships? And how do you feel about your relationship with you? Are you in good relations with you? It has a lot of aspects that are helping us have better boundaries with our mind. That's a thing. The mind is really being also held to a taskmaster because Mars is in Gemini for like 260 days. That's like almost a year. Because of its forward motion in retrograde, it's staying in Gemini. Mars is the action. Mars is the getter done. Mars is warrior, and it's in Gemini. It's working on the way we think. That coupled with all this amazing, intense astrology. Also, this energetic too that we want to keep an eye on is that we have been in a lot of earth and water energy for a long time. And these big turns are moving into air. They're moving into air. So Pluto has been in Earth, Capricorn, get things done, do the right thing, is going to move into Aquarius next year. So a lot of the big players are going to, the Venus Star Point moves from Scorpio to Libra. There's a lot more air, a lot more lightness, a lot more healing on the way we think and our perceptions. We're going to be much more intuitive. We're going to be, the call to action is listen. Listen to others better and more. Listen to you. When you're feeling agitated, stop. Breathe. Feel and listen. I love you so, so much. Enjoy this almost like a changing of the guard, kind of like the queen stepping into the other world, going beyond the veil, and now we have a new king in England, there is a new queen in your life. And she has access to think better, listen more, and speak with love in her heart. I love you so, so much. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Come see me. Hey, Victoria, I love you. Come see me tomorrow. We'll get a very big energetic on our relationships. Our lover relationships, our one-on-one best friend or lover, that is such a, Yogananda is like, you join an ashram or you get married. It's so true. You don't want to be wandering the earth, always trying people on for size. The truth is, when you get this right, your relationship will go right. Now, I'm not saying Tony and I are perfect. No. But we know what I'm responsible for in me, and he knows what he's responsible. And we also know we've come together to kind of rub each other the wrong way sometimes so that we will learn and grow and expand. We also, we also make the decision. The decision has been made. I love him. I'm with him forever. There is 4 rules that the Maharajas live by. Believe in the big love. If you know he's your forever, then that's the end of the discussion. Don't wobble. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to even say that. That's done. Second, even though this is the big love, we're going to hurt each other's feelings. We are. Third rule, promptly forgive. Fast. Since he's the one and you love him, you don't need to punish him for a week. Get to your truth and his and forgive. And the last one is a wicked sense of humor. These are the rules of engagement that Libra wants to help you understand. We're going to do a lot of cool relationship stuff next year, but we're starting it off this year with White Tantra and immersion in love. We're going to be doing 6 hours of partner kriyas. If you have a partner, you can be with them. If you don't, you'll just get matched up and you'll rotate with whoever's there. It's beautiful. You know how you do all this work on yourself, right? But as soon as you get triggered by somebody else, you're immediately out of it. Like, oh my God, it's all about them and it's all about my pain. And I remember everybody loves you, right? Because my Achilles heel was thinking people didn't love me, people don't understand me. Like I could get all right here and then go out into the world, and if anything had a weird tone or insecurity, right? So that had been my task. That's what I came here to heal. This is what we all have come here to heal. So when we do tantric, white tantra yoga, the drishti is not the tip of the nose, not the center of the forehead, but eye to eye. Eventually, the comparison, the uncomfortable, the insecure melts away. And now you have the power of 2 souls that are healing and transmitting this huge dose of light and kundalini to amplify what is up for your life. It's either going to remove something you've been struggling with, or it's going to bring something that you've been struggling to get. It's amazing. And that's going to be on Saturday, November 5th. So make sure you sign up. I love you so much. Happy Venus Star Point. Just know, more love is streaming the planet. We got this. We've been through the fall of humanity, many of us, so many times. Not this time. We got this. Love rules. And we practice it by loving each other, especially in our little spiritual groups. Don't compare and compete with each other. If she can do it, that tells you so can you. If she can do it, that gives more color and beauty to your life. It's all perfect. Sat Nam. Have the best Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed your tune-up.